अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज जो मैं टॉपिक कवर करने लगा हूँ उसका नाम है वायरलेस लैन। इसके अंदर मैं जो नेटवर्क बनाने लगा हूँ उसमें मेरे पास आई विल हैव एन ऑफिस विच विल कंक्लूड 4 departments all connected to a central server system. Using wireless I will use about 40 systems, 10 system each in one department. I will connect them to the server. I will generate an application of file transfer protocol, FTP, or maybe in other protocol application as I go on. I will see. However, let's get to it. First, I have a Riverbed Modeler Academic Edition. This is it. Uh, First of all, I have to create a new project. As such, my new project will be referred to as wireless LAN project and a scenario. Scenario 1. I'll set it up as. Okay, I'll create an empty scenario. I'm building an office network, so I'll select office, select next. 100 by 100 meters. If you want to increase it, you can do it. However, I see it as fit, so I'll let it continue on. The last thing I will do in the startup wizard is select wireless LAN advanced. Not wireless LAN, but wireless LAN advanced. I'll select it and see next. You can see that I have an office scale network 100 by 100 meters. Model family is wireless LAN advanced. I don't have any map info selected, so this shows none selected. Select finish. This takes a little bit of time. We can only wait. Okay, this is the object palette we're looking for, wireless LAN advanced. These are the components. First of all, I will put down two basic things, which is the application config, through which I will define my application which I will be using. The second is profile config, so that I would be able to apply the profiles on all the systems that I'm using, wireless workstations or PCs, whatever you may call them. I'll rename them as follows. But this is known, I will refer to as application config. Sorry, and this will be referred to as profile config. Okay. First of all, as I said, I will create 4 departments, all of which will be connected to a central server. For that, I can put down all the system in this workspace area, as you can see. However, I will choose to create 4 subnets so that the work may be less clustered or less cluttered, whatever you may call it. First of all, I will select a subnet. I'll place it here, and another subnet which I will place here. I'm only putting down 2 because I will first install this, input the system, all the system in this subnet. Then I will duplicate it and put as many as I want. After that, I will edit the settings as I see fit. So first of all, this will be my first department, which I will refer to as department 1. Okay, this will be my server room, server department, whatever you may call it. I will refer to as server department here. First of all, in the department 1, I will double click it. I will enter the subnet. As if I click on anywhere, it will say that if you want to go to the parent subnet, I will come back. But now I have to install the network of department 1. First of all, I will place a wireless router. For this, I have an option here, wireless LAN Ethernet router advanced. This is a wireless LAN Ethernet and Ethernet IP router. It's a fixed device, it's not mobile. If you see it, if you want to put a mobile node, you will choose this bottom one. But I want to do a fixed network, so I will place it here. After placing it, I will rename it. Renaming is an important thing. If you don't rename it, it will cause trouble later on. I will show you later on. This is it. Now I have to place about 10 devices around the wireless router, wireless devices, wireless PCs. So the option is here, wireless LAN workstation advanced. If you, I'll extend it, wireless LAN workstation. I will put down 10 of these against around the router. If I, one second, I always have to check whether it's okay, the correct one. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are my 10 routers. You may place them according to you as you fit. There's not an issue of you placing it at a distance. Okay. I have 10 wireless workstations and one wireless router. First of all, I will edit the settings of wireless router. For this, I will click the router and select edit attributes. These are my options. If I scroll down, if I scroll at the bottom, I will see an option wireless LAN. I'll expand it. Another option is wireless LAN parameters. I will expand it also. This is here my BSS identifier. It is automatically set to auto sign, but I will change the value. I will set it as 1. Here you go, 1. Okay, this is now my BSS identifier for this router is now 1. Before I input the other settings of the wireless LAN PCs, there's one thing important that I forgot to do, which I'll do. The important thing is, if I go back to the parent subnet, you can also click this button to go to the parent subnet, is to define the applications and the profile all my PCs and my server are going to use. The choice of which to use first is your own. I'm more comfortable with defining the application first and then the profile. Some people choose it the other way. It's their own personal choice. So first of all, I will define an application. For that, which I will right click and select edit attributes. This is my application configuration attributes. In here, I'll see that application definition is considered none. To define an application, I will increase the number of rows to 1 because I am selecting 1 because I want to define one application. Enter application name. I'll enter an application name as I want to enter an application considering file transfer. So I am setting the name as file transfer. Now I am to describe the application. In the description, if I expand it, I'll see a lot of applications, but the one I am concerned about is FTP. If I scroll it here, so it shows that the parameters for FTP application, the client always downloads one file per session. The server may change for each session. For this, I have to define what kind of load I'm looking for. In FTP, by default, there is low load, medium load, high load. You can edit it if you want to do it another form. You want to change the file size to your choice, and if you want to do other services as well. However, I'm doing a simple task, so I'm just selecting a high load. High load meaning it will transfer application defined will be of a higher load, about 2 GB, I think 3 GB, depends on the high load it considers the Riverbed of software. So I've input a high load for the FTP and I will select OK. So now my application has been defined, and now I will define my profile. So profile configuration, the same process, right click, edit attributes. I will say is profile configuration, which is also says none. I'll expand it, set the number of rows to 1, enter profile name. I'll see it. Now I'll enter the profile name, FTP underscore user, and set the name as such. You can change this as per your choice. This is only my choice why I'm naming this as such. Now there's an option in which after you input the profile name is applications, meaning which this profile will be able to use the application as follows. Current moment says none. However, if I expand it and set the number of rows to 1, I'll see an option pop out, enter application name. I'll also expand it in the name, in the option name, and in the front of enter application name. If I click this option, it will show the application which I defined here, and if I select it, so now this FTP user is able to use the application file transfer which I have defined in the application config. This after this I'll select OK. Now all my definitions have been completed, application and profile. I will go back to my department. Now I have to apply all the I have to find the profile on all these pieces which I have placed. For that I could individually select edit attributes and apply the profile on each piece individually, but that will take a lot of time. For this there's an easier option, which is that if I select one PC, then I right click, there's an option here, select similar nodes. I'll select it, all the pieces will be selected. So after that, which I have to select a random PC and select right click and edit attributes. One thing that you should be clear of, no, you should ensure that when you have selected a lot of number of PCs of the same type, the first thing before you do any kind of changes is select the apply to selected objects button just above OK. If you don't do it, do this option. If you apply any application profile, apply any profile or any application or any other settings do you want to do on this particular PC, it will apply only to this PC. Other selected PC will remain as such, only selected. No other setting will be applied to them. So selecting this option is crucial if you have selected a number of devices of the same type. So first of all, I have to apply the profile, meaning that each of these local area networks will be able to use this PC. So I'll expand applications, this option here. I'll see that it shows application supported profiles, and profiles after this is none. If I select none and click edit, it will show another option table. For this I'll select one row because I have only defined one profile, so I have imported row 1. It says a profile name which says none. If I select none, I'll able to see the profile that I have defined in the application profile config. So I'll select this. So now if I click OK, it says that all of the PCs are using the profile FTP user, which includes the application of file transfer protocol. So each of these PCs will be sending one file each to the server. So after I've done this, I'll minimize the application of folder. Now this is not the only option settings that I will do on all these PCs. I have to go down and there's an option here, wireless LAN. I'll expand it. There's another option, wireless LAN parameters, which stays default. I have to edit these. Now if you remember just a few minutes ago, I set the BSS identifier for this router as 1. So similarly, because all of these PCs are going to communicate using this router, I also have to set all of the BSS identifier for all of these PCs also as 1. So I'll select this and select 1. Okay, 1, and after ensuring that apply to selected object selected, I will click OK. I will be given a warning that you're about to set same attributes on multiple objects. Do you want to continue? Yes, I do want to continue. So this part of my work is done. I've set the applications and the profile. I have set the profiles. I have set the wireless router. So my one department is done. Now to create the other 3 departments, I can do the work all again. However, there's an easier option. I'll select this department. I'll copy it, Control C. I'll select Control V, and a blue square will appear around my mouse. I'll select it. So department number 2 is created. Same case with department number 3, and same case department number 4. One thing you have to be certain about is that you place an exact number of amounts of departments, and also assure that all of the BSS identifier for each department is different. Meaning if this router has a BSS identifier of 1, I'll show you here 1. So the other departments should have identifier increasingly as follows, meaning 1 BSS identifier, BSS identifier 2, BSS identifier 3, and BSS identifier 4. To check that, I'll have to go to each department, select the router, edit attributes, go down, wireless LAN, check it. It says 1. I have to place it as 2 because it's another subnet, it's another department. So I'll select as edit, select 2 and OK. Because I also set the one BS identifier 1 for all the PC as well in the department 1, through which I copied. I can copy paste it department 2. I'll also have to change all of the BS identifier for each of these PCs. So again, select similar nodes, right click, edit attributes, check apply to selected objects, go down, wireless LAN parameters, BS identifier as select to, OK, yes, done. Back, same thing for department number 3. Go down, wireless LAN parameters, I'll set this as 3. OK, same as thus, edit attributes, apply to selected objects, wireless LAN parameters, and this will be 3. OK, done. Yes, I want to do the changes. And finally, department number 4, edit attributes, wireless LAN parameters, this will be 4. Done. Select similar nodes, apply, oh, not checked, yeah, checked, wireless LAN parameters, edit 4, done. Before I go back, I'll select OK. I want to show you that all of the supported profile is selected because I copy pasted it. You don't have to set it every time, so there's no need of it. Now I'll select OK. You want to apply the changes? Yes, I want to apply the changes. So now my departments are done. Now I have to set up the server. I will see in this in the wireless LAN advanced form. There's no point of no signs of a server. If you look at closely, I have our routers, PCs and LANs, but I don't have a server. For this I have to go on up the object palette, and there's an option here which states Ethernet. Yeah, Ethernet. I'll have to expand it. In this model I will be given an option of a server, and also given me an option of a switch, through which the switch will be connected to all of the departments. So now we have to wait. Hopefully this will not take a long time as the wireless LAN did. 1 minute or so, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Now Ethernet is open. You will see here that there is a server placed, server. So I will select it as follows and place it here, and I'll need a switch. I have a lot of switch. I have 16 switch, Ethernet 16 switch, 32 switch, 64 switch. Your choice. It defines 16, 32, 64 defines the number of ports it has. So your choice. I'll select 64 because I have 4 departments and there's a chance maybe use of other sports, but you can use a 16 because I'll show later on. Now I'll rename it as follows. This is my switch and this is my server. Now wire, I'll select, because this is an Ethernet server and Ethernet switch, I'll have to connect them. So 100 base T wire, select this and this, connected. 100 base T wire, please. This is check. This sports a rate of I think 47 or 54 MB. You'll have to check if you want to be sure about it. Now the server, right click it, edit attributes. Now I have applied the profiles on all of the PCs. On the servers, I have to define not the profile but the services. The services it will provide to all other all the WLAN workstations. Please check that you aren't applying supported profile to the server. You have to apply the supported services. For this, I will select supported services. There's 2 options: all or edit. All means that all of the application currently present in the Riverbed software will be selected. But I want to select my own application which I have defined, so I'll select edit. A new window will pop open. I will select one because I only defined one application. I will select none. I will see that my application which I defined file transfer is available. I'll select it and press OK. No other options will be edited. all of the other settings are okay, and I will click OK now. Done. Now I'll go back to my main menu. Now I have to connect all of these routers to this server. Because the server department has an Ethernet switch, so all of the routers have to be connected to the switch through using wires. For this, I will select again an 100 base T wire. I have this around my, if I see closely, I have a blue line against my mouse which shows that the wire has been selected. Now I will select department 1 to the server department, connect to the server department to the server department. I will select the first subnet to the other subnet. Now the option will show asking which node I will have to select from each subnet. From node A, I have to select the router because the router is connecting to the switch, and in the server department I have to select the switch. This is the main reason why I have to rename the devices each time. If you don't rename, you will have a lot of trouble figuring out which node is node 0, node 1, node 10 is the router. So please rename devices each time because it may pose troubles later on. So I'll click OK. Switch. I have to select switch to router and OK. Same thing to department 2 to service department. First is router, ensure that, and the second is switch. Done. Again I have to select the router and this is a switch. Done. And same as this. Now this is my department is complete. Before I proceed on, I have to define another thing. If you look at the top, there's an option is protocol, and at the end of protocol there's second last option is wireless LAN. In the wireless LAN there's an option configure PHY physical and data rate. Now here physical characteristics, you have to select an option of 802.11g extended rate PHY. I'm selecting this because I want to achieve a data rate of more than 11 MBs. If I select this direct sequence 1, the data rate I will achieve, the highest will be 11 MBs, megabits per second. However, I want to increase the data rate, so I will select extended rate, and if I check now, I will have a maximum availability of 54 megabits per second. All wireless nodes will have the option. If you want to have select number of wireless LAN nodes applicable to this option, you will select this. However, if you want to apply all of the settings above, all the 2 settings above on all the wireless LAN nodes, I will select this. Select OK. Work done. Now because I want to generate some graphs, I have to select the statistics. For this I have global statistics. I will select go down, I have wireless LAN option. I will select the throughput, and from the Ethernet, here's an above an option, Ethernet. I will select the delay. If you want to select other options, for example, I am applying the file transfer protocol FTP, so I will download response time, traffic receive, traffic send, all of the options I will select them, so it will be applicable. Now I'll run it. So running time I will set as at 3 minutes. So I will run it. Hopefully it will run in a short time. Okay, close. Now I'll see the results. Right click on any workspace area and select view results. An option available, Ethernet. I have a delay as follows. This is once per second, each second. An average, I have this delay. In the wireless LAN throughput, I am achieving this amount of throughput, and FTP is download response time, traffic receive in the form of packets per second, traffic sent bytes per second, or traffic sent packets per second. Upload response time is as follows, and this is the result I have achieved. You can apply different statistics according to your own choice. Because I've selected FTP, so as an application I selected FTP. If you want to do an suppose database, you can select this option. Email is as this, HTTP is this, and if you want to apply a voice or other such settings, voice, video conferencing, or a mobile system, the setting statistics are as follows. All you have to select them and the simulation will run as follows. I hope you enjoyed the lecture, If you have any queries, you can ask in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed the lecture, and I hope you have a good day. Bye and Khuda Hafiz.